Everybody fed up. That shit crazy. They starting to really gang up on this dude.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't know. So, let's fast forward. Drake diss. Drake drops a diss. First version comes out. Um, I heard it first version. I thought it was pretty dope. A lot of people start thinking that maybe it's AI. I don't know what prompted people to think that. I don't know if it was the track or I mean it did sound incomplete. I'll give them that. I'll give everybody that. It sounded incomplete when it dropped. I don't know necessarily if I thought it was AI or whatever the case, but first version drops. Then I don't know, it was maybe an hour later. Academics gets the full release, drops it live, confirmed by Drake. Pretty much going back at everybody. What did y'all think of that?
Metro, shut your ass, make some drowns, nigga.
This shit was funny.
Hey, man, hey, that shit is like when I heard that. I was like, this nigga Drake angry.
Yeah.
All right, I think people
was like,
shit. I think everybody was just like, well, shit, at least somebody gonna go for some smoke. Like, I think that's the energy everyone's at. Like, all right, cool. Like, at least a nigga gonna swing. Like, cool. Like, I think they just hoping he don't apologize, nigga. I think that's real good. Like, just hope that shit stick.
I figured Drake would be more direct than Cole. Like, yeah, when we were talking, I thought that Drake was gonna respond first before Cole. But yeah, no, I mean, my first impressions of this, I thought it was actually pretty good. I thought it was okay for like a swing back. So a lot of people are looking for the Kendrick and the Drake. I don't know. I think the push in the Drake, I think that got like so blown up when it did. When you know when their beef kind of hit the peak. I think a lot of people forget that there was a lot of stuff leading up to that, a lot of subliminals and direct stuff from Pusha that led up to that, where people just want this like quick, like lay everything out in one track, and it's just like, I thought this was a good like jab back, and I think 2, 3, 4 tracks in, I think we're gonna get that type of slow burn with Drake and Kendrick. I think that'll last longer than Drake versus everybody else. I don't think like the Future thing, the Metro, the Weeknd, the Ross thing, which we've seen kind of play out over the weekend. I think that's more of a short term, like I'm gonna shoot back, but I think the Kendrick and Drake thing will last probably until the end of this year, maybe into their next projects. But yeah, I thought it was dope. I thought the first beat was cool. When they released the final thing, the beat made it even better. I thought there was some funny stuff in there. I don't think it was enough for Kendrick. I think it was enough for everybody else. But the meme raps and the making everybody laugh about the size 7 shoe and the 50%. I'll say this: the 50% thing. When rappers are talking 50% or rappers are talking money, like none of them are actually getting paid what they're really worth. So it's kind of laughable when, yeah, you have a lot of money, but come on, Drake, you're worth more than 250 million. And same thing with like, whatever Kendrick is getting, he's worth more than that. I think we've seen that with a lot of the elders with Jay and Nas, where they make way more money outside of hip hop in a third of the time that they spent in hip hop. So the money talk, I don't think that really hits. I think Kendrick is gonna take this shit to another level, for lack of a better words, because I don't think that is gonna move Kendrick. I don't think that's gonna be Kendrick's play, and I don't think that's a good play for Drake.
I heard some other shit in there though, and Drake, getting at Kendrick like, you Top's a little bitch. Like when Top tell you to,
he's not even on the label anymore. He's not even on that label anymore. So like, what are we talking about?
It was just kind of like, I don't know. I heard the little things how he was just like, he kind of backtracked a little bit in time about how Top had you doing this, Top had you doing that with the Swifty verse and all. I was kind of like, oh,
yeah, but like,
but he do got PG right now. He not even there.
No, but like that's just him. That's just him trying to like throw like little jabs because
Yeah, the
He-
little jabs. I was like, but I was hearing them jabs.
But
I
the-
was like, oh,
but they don't but they don't hit hard because Drake is the epitome of a pop star. That's what I'm saying. It's like everything he's saying, Push already called him out on. Like, you signed to another dude who's signed to another dude, and like Drake started that whole thing with YMCMB. He was signed to multiple people, so that's why. But I thought the diss was like it was definitely funny. I didn't think it was bad. I thought it was good. But a lot of the things he was saying, it's like you do the same shit too, if not worse. Like
Drake was kind of like on some like takes one of nowhere.
Like, yeah, but I don't know. I don't get how that's like a diss.
It's
Yeah, that's where I kind of align with.
How is that a diss? How is that a diss if you're doing the same thing?
Does Drake?
That's
think
what I
he's doing
kind
the
of
same thing. Does Drake think he's doing the same thing? Like, I know it's
I mean,
apparent to us, but
Yeah, it's not. It's to us though. Like he's one of the most popish rappers that has ever that's ever been involved in hip hop.
does he think he's popish though? Like, does he think?
he knows he is. That's why he calls himself
come on.
Michael Jackson. That's why he compares himself to
Oh
Michael.
yeah, okay.
Uh,
Yeah. I mean, no,
Nah,
yeah.
but I kind of attribute it to I wanted to respond quick. So here's like kind of like the surface level things I could pick. I need some more time to get some more dirt. You know what I'm
But I don't
saying?
think.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. It's like
That's
I don't
all.
think. I don't think he's not that. I don't think he's looking for more dirt. I think that's just. I think that's almost like peak Drake in terms of like how you gonna come at Kendrick. Because other than him being short, him being with Top, even though he's not with them anymore, like he he doesn't really have anything else to come at Kendrick. So that's why I don't think Sean said on the end of the year. I completely disagree with that. I think Kendrick's gonna come out with something, and I think that's that. I don't think Drake's gonna respond to Kendrick's response. I think
So,
Drake was forced to respond because of the aftermath that happened with Pusha T. If Pusha T never happened, if Pusha T beef never happened,
Drake wouldn't even care.
Drake would have never responded to Kendrick ever.
Yeah.
But because he didn't respond to Push, it's like it's kind of like his ego and his his hip hop manhood is put to the test. But I guarantee if Push never happened, he would never respond to Kendrick ever.
Yeah, he wouldn't feel like he had to. Yeah.
He wouldn't exactly. He wouldn't have felt like he had to.
I feel, but I mean, I that's a good point. That's a good point. I feel like he's just. There's been so many back and forth like little subs.
There's so much pressure for response. So much pressure.
Yeah, but I think Kendrick brought that out by addressing the
Kendrick's been
first
bringing
person
it out
shooter and stuff like that.
That's his
Yeah,
game.
yeah.
Though. That's his style.
Well, I'm just saying, like, as far as recent things, Kendrick has actually alluded to it actually being Drake. So, like, there's subliminals and stuff, and even everybody else who's involved, like, Drake and Kendrick have been the most direct. Like, there's no, like, Future hasn't been direct. He hasn't said any names. He hasn't said any specific things. Like, Kendrick has actually said the first person shooter and then alluded to For All the Dogs. It's been a lot more direct, which forces Drake to, you can't come back and sub again. You know, you have to, the honey just dropped out. But to continue my thought, you can't sub again after that because everybody knows he's talking directly at you.
Yeah,
Where
nice.
Drake is, we know Drake is like the king of subs. He's always subbing in every fucking song. And has been subbing back for a very long time. Kendrick's been subbing back just as much as Drake has over the years. But now that you've done the For All the Dogs things, the first person shooter things, now you can't sub again. You
Yeah,
have
the mystique is gone. That mystique
Yeah, the mystique is going. Everybody know you can't be like, oh, I wasn't talking about him, or oh, I was talking about this. Like, there's all of that is out the window because of what how direct Kendrick came. Even though it was just a light jab for both. Yeah, I think that.
But you see how Kendrick's light jab was more complex than Drake's light jab.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh,
like
Yeah.
the way his wordplay, his rhyme scheme, like Drake's light jab feels so much more elementary than Kendrick's light jab. That's why I don't think. That's why I think after Kendrick responds, I feel like it'll be, if he does respond, it'll be pretty nuclear to the point that nothing Drake does after that would even be sufficient enough to like come back. That's why I think like after to Drake, it's like, okay, I did what I had to do. I defended myself. I responded. I came out swinging. I didn't, because you know what? Let's say Kendrick comes out and annihilates Drake. Even if Drake doesn't respond, Cole is gonna get the more of the backlash because he apologized more so than Drake. So to Drake, he just came out and was like, you know what? I did what I had to do.
Yeah.
I'm good.
I'm not
And Cole,
I'm not Cole, so
I'm not Cole.
No matter what, he doesn't look as bad as Cole.
Exactly. No matter what.
But
respond. I
100%.
have to respond, and that's it.
100%. Exactly.
I'll push back on the complexity, because I think Drake has some lines in there that are not surface level at all. Even the one with the what's a prince to a king, a son. Yeah. Michael Jackson's son name is Prince. Like there are layers to Drake's rap, but they just sound so. It's in plain language. It's like the Jay versus Nas thing, or the M versus whoever. Like but
I feel like
Kendrick's the better rapper.
I felt like for real hip hop heads, like when you hear Drake respond to that, real hip hop heads break it down and like, that shit was weak because that's not what Kendrick meant. Kendrick just said like, yeah, you may be Mike Jack. I'm not talking about that I'm a prince. I'm talking about that I just outlived you, so I'm about to kill you right now. Whereas Drake's response is like so elementary. What's a king to a prince? Obviously, it's a son. You feel me?
Yeah.
So like Kendrick used a prince level, which obviously we all know is lower than a king, but he made it seem like Prince was better than Mike because like he outlived the king, So that's why to me, like I feel like the jabs, they don't weigh the same.
Yeah.
Like each
I agree.
Like it's just different when Kendrick speaks,
I will agree. I just wanted to push back a little bit on that because I'm not gonna lie and say Drake's diss wasn't good comeback.
It was cool. It was funny, like you said.
It was good.
I remember when I thought it was AI. Remember at the end when I told you he said dumbass, like he called him like a dumbass stuff. I thought that was funny because that's like something that you and I would talk like when we're in person, just shooting the shit, And he spitting that in his raps. I thought that was funny.
Yeah, he was like walking out the booth, and they was like, "Nah, we gonna keep it."
yeah.
That's what it was. Yeah, nah, but me and we'll see what happens. I think certain people upplayed it and certain people downplayed it. Like, of course, I think we expect all of this to happen, and this is why I didn't want Drake and Kendrick to be the premier beef. I wanted it to be Cole and Kendrick because Drake's not losing any fans over this. Kendrick's not losing any fans over this, and neither fan base is going to concede because they're both going to make good records, and Drake fans are going to, we're already seeing, oh, this is the greatest diss of all time. Like, we know it's 12-year-olds on the internet, but at the same time, like, this is, even though it's entertaining, I was entertained by it all day yesterday. I want a fucking winner. And with Kendrick and Drake, we're not getting a winner. We're not getting a winner. Like, I want a moment where it's like, even the Pusha thing, where it's like, people are trying to act like the Pusha thing didn't even exist.
That's also, like, you just stated it though, Sean. You just stated though, we're not going to get a winner. That's why I don't think Drake is going to feel necessary to respond. Because no matter what, even if he doesn't respond, his fans are still going to be there. His fans are still going to show out. That's why I feel with Drake, after that diss track, there's no more pressure on him.
Yeah, I know, and that's a damn good point. And you know what I think? now that you said that, that would, if they just kind of like respond, and then don't respond and cold stop it, every album after this, everybody's going to be looking for that. So that kind of like boosts some anticipation for whatever next songs and albums kind of come out as well. But yeah, I mean, that's a good perspective on it. I'm not mad at that at all. Not mad at that. I hope that we get something more than that and we get some, more direct stuff. But yeah, I mean, I could see that happening. Definitely could see that happening. But the Rick Ross diss 2 hours later, record time. Is that record time? I think that might be record time. I mean, this is a new age where people can do stuff like that. Early 2000s when we were coming up, you couldn't do shit like that. You had to wait till the next mixtape or the next album drop, no matter what. But I think other than what Tory and Jordan or Lucas, that was like same night back and forth, right? So this might be like on that type of level. But Rick Ross, I mean, I'll go first. I thought the beat was hard. The first verse was kind of like indirect. Second verse and outro was very direct. I think that content might be the most revealing, and I guess I don't want to say damaging because I don't think anybody's going to be damaged coming out of this. I think everybody gets a boost. But the most revealing thing so far out of all of this was Ross. I think, I don't know, man. Ross did his thing. What do y'all think about it?
It was funny. It was funny just like Drake's. Yeah. Like it was really funny. I mean, it's almost like they just shooting on each other. Kept calling him white boy, which I thought was hilarious. Like him wanting to hang with the boys or whatever. Him is calling him BBO Drake, and him getting a nose job. I thought those were all just funny jabs. Do I think they're true? Probably not. I mean, I could see it being true for Drake for the nose job because he was like a child actor, and maybe in his like younger life he thought he was gonna be an actor. Hollywood, they fuck with the cosmetic surgery and stuff like that. But do I think it's true? Probably not. But it was funny. I thought it was. I think the way Ross is approaching it is like he's in a like win-win situation, kind of like I'm just gonna fucking go in, and kind of like 50, where you just keep trolling and trolling and trolling and trolling, like I thought it was witty. I thought, like, you're right. I thought the beat was dope. The content was creative and funny, and I mean, shit, that's what's up,
Yeah. It's I don't know. It's just like Ross got a special. I don't know. He giving me that like when you fuck with that bully at school vibe, and he's just in his element, like so comfortable, so cool with it, so ready to go, like, and he ain't even really turned the hot sauce bottle all the way over. He just dabbing a little drops on it. Ross know what to say to fuck with you, like,
yeah.
This is
like
premium.
He's so funny, like BBO Drake. Like, what the fuck? That's so random, but it's hilarious.
Yeah, bro. Top tier roaster. Like,
and the white kid trying to hang with the crowd at the park. Like, the approach is hilarious. It's so funny.
Yeah. So it's like, and it's funny. And the thing is, true, whether it's true or not, he paints the picture and it's funny as fuck. And when it's just fucking funny, you still got to laugh before you can check on the validity. You gonna laugh.
Yeah. I think that's where both of them thrive. I think both of them thrive in this kind of like more playful back and forth. It's kind of like they may, I don't know. It doesn't seem like it's too serious between these two. I think it's just kind of like, yeah, we have our differences. We're just gonna get it out, and maybe in 5-6 years we might reunite and do a song together, some shit like that.
Nah, Drake gonna take this shit.
I think they both throw.
Drake gonna take this to the head, bro. Nah,
did you see?
Drake gonna take it personal.
Did you see that? I guess his mom texted him and was like,
Oh, Lord.
"You got a nose job? Why didn't you take me?" And
Look at that.
he said, "Oh no, like that. He hasn't eaten in a while. He's just hungry." Like
That shit so
Like,
lame
don't
though.
worry
Like
about it.
that. Like
But
I don't know if he thinks that shit hit. Like
no. And then Ross goes, "Oh man, BBL Drake told his mommy on me."
Like,
and pull the race card.
Yeah, and then said he
Wow.
was racist. And then pulled the race car. Like it's so elementary. It's hilarious. Like it's just
yeah. Well, this is Ross's bag, bro. Like this really
your
looks
mom
like when
50.
y'all with two of your homies is kind of getting into it a little bit, but it's still on the joke side.
yeah.
Just add alcohol. Like